Irv Gotti, a name synonymous with hip-hop, a genre that has shaped the cultural landscape of music and beyond. He was born Irving Domingo Lorenzo Jr. on June 26, 1970. His birthplace, Hollis, Queens, a neighborhood rich in musical history. This is the same neighborhood that gave us Run DMC and LL Cool J, legends who paved the way for future artists. Gotti was destined for greatness, driven by an unyielding passion for music. He started as a DJ, spinning records and honing his craft. They called him DJ Irv, a name that would soon become well known in the local music scene. He worked with local artists, helping to shape their sound and refine their skills. One of them was Mick Geronimo. Gotti was hungry. He wanted more. He was always looking for the next big opportunity. He was drawn to the music industry, fascinated by its potential and the power it held. It was in his blood, a calling that he couldn't ignore. He knew he could make a difference. He had the talent. He had the drive. He was determined to leave his mark. He was ready to take on the world, armed with ambition and a vision for the future. Gotti's early days were all about hustle, learning the ins and outs of the industry. He was learning the ropes. He was making connections, building a network that would support his rise. He was building a reputation, one performance at a time. He was a force to be reckoned with, while a rising star in the making. And everyone in the industry knew it. They could see his potential. The streets were his classroom, teaching him lessons that no book could. He learned from the best. He paid his dues, absorbing wisdom from those who came before him. He was ready for his shot, prepared to step into the spotlight. And when the opportunity came, he seized it with both hands. He was not afraid to grind, putting in the hours to perfect his craft. He was not afraid to fail, understanding that each setback was a stepping stone to success. He was not afraid to succeed, knowing that his hard work would eventually pay off. The year was 1996. It was a pivotal time in the music industry, with hip-hop evolving and new artists emerging. A young rapper named Jay-Z was about to release his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. This album would soon become a cornerstone in hip-hop history. That album was a bold statement. It would become a classic, revered by fans and critics alike. Jay-Z's lyrical prowess and unique style were undeniable. Irv Gotti, a rising producer, played a crucial role in this project. He produced a standout track on the album. That song was Can I Live? It was a game changer, showcasing both Jay-Z's lyrical depth and Gotti's production skills. Can I Live was a hit. It showcased Gotti's talent and vision, cementing his reputation in the industry. This success put him on the map, making him a name to watch. He was no longer just DJ Irv spinning records at local clubs. He was a sought-after producer, with artists and labels clamoring for his expertise. The success of Can I Live opened doors for Gotti, leading to new opportunities and collaborations. He landed a job at Def Jam Recordings, one of the most prestigious labels in hip-hop. It was a dream come true for Gotti, a testament to his hard work and talent. Def Jam was one of the biggest hip-hop labels in the game, home to many legendary artists. Gotti was ready to make his mark, determined to leave a lasting impact on the industry. At Def Jam, Gotti's star continued to rise as he worked with some of the biggest names in music. He became an A&R executive, responsible for discovering and nurturing new talent. Gotti had an ear for talent, able to spot potential in up-and-coming artists. He signed two future superstars, DMX and Ja Rule, who would go on to dominate the charts. Their names, DMX and Ja Rule. Gotti was on fire, with a golden touch for hit records. He was building an empire, solidifying his legacy in the music industry. Gotti had a vision. He wanted to create his own label, a label that would dominate the charts, a label that would nurture talent, a label that would make history. In 1998, that vision became a reality. Gotti co-founded Murder Inc. Records. He did it with his brother Chris Lorenzo. Murder Inc. Records was more than just a label. It was a family. Gotti had a knack for finding talent. He also knew how to develop it. He created a unique sound. It was a blend of hardcore hip-hop and soulful R&B. This sound would define a generation. The label's roster was stacked. It included Ja Rule, Ashanti, Christina Milian, and Vita. Murder Inc. was a force to be reckoned with. The label quickly rose to prominence. It became one of the most successful labels of the early 2000s. Gotti's vision for Murder Inc. was clear. He wanted to create a new sound. It would blend the grit of hip-hop with the smoothness of R&B. This formula proved to be a winning one. It resonated with audiences worldwide. Gotti's production style was innovative. He used hard-hitting drums. He also used melodic samples. He created a sound that was both tough and soulful. This sound became synonymous with Murder Inc. artists flocked to the label. They were drawn to Gotti's vision. They were also drawn to his passion. He was a visionary. He was also a mentor. He helped to shape the careers of some of music's biggest stars. Murder Inc.'s success was nothing short of phenomenal. The label, under the visionary leadership of Irv Gotti, became a powerhouse in the music industry. The label dominated the charts in the early 2000s, consistently producing chart-topping hits that resonated with fans worldwide. It churned out hit after hit, creating a legacy that would be remembered for years to come. These hits became anthems for a generation, defining the sound of an era and leaving an indelible mark on pop culture. Ja Rule became a global superstar, captivating audiences with his unique voice and charismatic stage presence. His albums and went multi-platinum, solidifying his status as one of the top artists of the time. He was topping the charts with songs like Always on Time and Put It On Me, which became instant classics. Ashanti emerged as a force in her own right, bringing a fresh and soulful sound to the label. Her self-titled debut album was a smash hit, earning her critical acclaim and a massive fan base. It sold over 500,000 copies in its first week, a testament to her widespread appeal. She captivated audiences with hits like Foolish and Happy, showcasing her versatility and talent. Murder Inc. wasn't just about solo acts. The label thrived on collaboration, bringing together artists to create magic. The label created unforgettable collaborations that are still celebrated today. Remember I'm Real, Murder Remix. It featured Jennifer Lopez and Ja Rule, a duo that took the music world by storm. It topped the Billboard Hot 100 chart, becoming an anthem of the early 2000s. It became one of the biggest hits of 2001, cementing Murder Inc.'s place in music history. Gotti's Midas touch was undeniable. His ability to spot and nurture talent was unparalleled. He had a gift for creating hits, but more importantly, he had a vision for the future of music. He had an even bigger gift for nurturing talent, helping artists to reach their full potential. He helped to launch the careers of some of the biggest names in music, leaving an indelible mark on the industry. In the mid-2000s, Gotti and Murder Inc. faced legal challenges. They were investigated for alleged ties to drug lord Kenneth Supreme McGriff. These allegations cast a shadow over the label's success. In 2005, Gotti and his brother were charged with money laundering. They were accused of using the label to launder drug money. The trial was highly publicized. It gripped the music industry. In the end, the brothers were acquitted. They were found not guilty on all charges. Despite the acquittal, the legal troubles took a toll. They tarnished the Murder Inc. brand. The label struggled to regain its footing. Gotti, however, was not finished. He was determined to rebuild. He was also determined to clear his name. Gotti's creative talents extended beyond music. He had a story to tell. He also wanted to create opportunities for others. In the late 2010s, he ventured into television. He created the BT Anthology series. This show used hip-hop music to tell stories. It explored themes of love, loss, betrayal, and redemption. Was praised for its originality. It was also praised for its raw and authentic portrayal of urban life. Gotti also produced a docuseries about Murder Inc. Records. It was aptly titled. This series provided a behind-the-scenes look at the label's rise and fall. It featured interviews with key players. It also featured never-before-seen footage. The docu-series was a hit. It reminded the world of Gotti's impact on the music industry. Behind the success and fame, Gotti faced personal struggles. He battled health issues. He was diagnosed with diabetes. This disease took a toll on his body. In 2024, he suffered a minor stroke. Gotti's health struggles were well documented. He spoke openly about his battle with diabetes. He also spoke about the importance of managing the disease. He used his platform to raise awareness. He wanted to encourage others to prioritize their health. Despite these challenges, Gotti remained resilient. He continued to work. He continued to create. He continued to inspire. He refused to let his health define him. Gotti's legacy. On February 5, 2025, the music world mourned. Irv Gotti had passed away. He was only 54 years old. Complications from multiple strokes and his long battle with diabetes ultimately took him from us. Tributes poured in from fellow artists, industry executives, and fans worldwide. Gotti's legacy is complex and multifaceted. He was a visionary producer who shaped the sound of hip-hop and R&B. He was a savvy businessman who built an empire. He was a mentor who nurtured the careers of countless artists. Gotti's story is one of triumph and tragedy. He achieved incredible success. He also faced significant adversity. Through it all, he remained a force to be reckoned with. Irv Gotti's impact on music is undeniable. His influence can still be felt today. He left an indelible mark on the industry. He will be remembered as a true icon.